These are the quick steps for transferring pages across user vocabularies and LAMP. You're going to have at least two users available within the menu on LAMP. So I'm going to use Scott D today, and then I have some source files in this Franklin ES file that I'd like to transfer over to Scott. So I'm going to launch the BPSD Franklin, and under the Mine page, I have some places for the student's first and last name, and then a couple teacher, staff, and classmate buttons. Now, because this is for a specific elementary school, I've populated this with the names, faces, and pictures of some people from the school. So that's the user vocabulary I want to use with my own personal user, Scott D. So I'm going to go back to vocab and choose new vocab and launch the user that's receiving the files. So I'm going into Scott D and mine, and when I hit staff here, there's some buttons, but none of the pictures and personalization that I need. So when you're doing these steps, you need to make note of the page names that are involved. So when I tap mine to get to this first page where all the links are to teachers, staff, and classmates, I need this page. So I'm going to tap menu and edit page, and the title bar changes so I see that this is the core mine page. That's one that I'll need to transfer. I'm going to hit done. I'm going to tap the teacher link to get to that page and do the same thing. Edit page, and no followed by teachers is the second page I'll need. Whoop. Hit done. Go back. Go to mine. I'll hit the staff button. Menu. Edit. No staff is the third page I'll need. Done. Go back. And then the classmates page, menu, edit page, and no classmates. So the core mine and 3 no pages are what I need to transfer from the other user. So I can be on any page to do this next step. I'm in the Scott D user, the one that's going to be receiving the new pages. And I'm going to tap menu and edit page. So now we go into editing mode. We see we're on the home page. Again, it doesn't matter where we are when we're doing this step. We're going to tap menu again and choose import/copy pages. Now I'd like to import another page, actually several, so I'm going to tap that. And it's going to bring me a list of the users that are in the system. So what I'm looking for here is the user that has the pages that I want. In this case, it's BPSD Franklin. And then we can scroll through and get to pages like Core Mine. That's not too far. When you tap it, you're going to see the little check mark appear. But the no pages are pretty deep down in the system, so I'm actually going to use the search toolbar up top and just type KNOW to jump there alphabetically. And then I need no classmates, and I need no staff, and no teachers. Now, the thing we need to know, which I didn't say, is this is going to overwrite the existing pages. So before you do this, you'll want to verify that there isn't any additional customization that you might lose. So on the core mine page, for example, it's got the word mine, first name, last name, and then links for teachers, staff, and classmates. If that also had pictures and symbols for my favorite toys or videos, those would be lost in the process. So an import may not be the best option all the time. You might have to do some customization first, or at least make note of what changes you need to reprogram after the fact. But right now I've got 4 pages set: the core mine, the no classmates, no staff, and no teachers. And I'm going to now tap import. Now, because these pages already exist, like I just said, this is telling us and giving us that warning that you're about to overwrite what is already here. I'm comfortable there aren't any personalizations that I'm going to use because I did check that before the video started. So I'm going to choose yes to replace that one. And because the other 3 pages were already in the system too, I'm also going to select that here. Now these are page sets that I created. So if you're working off of a base Pranky-Romic file, these no classmates, no teachers, no staff pages didn't exist there. So if you're bringing this in for the first time and the pages didn't exist, it's just going to add them to your current list. And choose yes. And again, no staff. I'm going to choose yes, overwrite it, and yes. And now when I choose done and exit menu, I'll go to mine. So this is what we saw before, but I replaced this page, and this page had the links to the other pages, and now the teacher pages are populated. The staff pages populated, and classmates not populated at this point. So one of the personalizations we may have actually overwritten is if you already had the first name and last name in the other user file programmed, you might have to change those. But that's essentially importing pages. And it's a pretty simple process. Again, the most important thing is just checking for any personalizations that you may need to account for.